The number 11 means a lot to me. A number might not seem like a big deal, but to a lot of athletes, it's kind of part of your identity.
Joey Sankey, back around and in! All-time leading scorer at North Carolina, his first of this series.
In high school, I wore number 1 both in football and lacrosse, and then when I went to college, my UNC and current Archers teammate Marcus Holman was number 1, so I switched to number 11 for all 4 years there, and was fortunate to have a good career there at UNC, and then continued wearing number 11 into my professional career. So I originally started with the Redwoods and was wearing number 11, and then got traded to the Archers. And my friend and teammate Matt McMahon was wearing number 11, had a great year last year, made the All-Star game. I offered that if he was willing to change numbers with me, I would donate a game check to whatever charity he chose.
Immediately, I thought about the people that I cared about in my life and who have been able to support them. And I thought about Alex and the Lopes family, and I gave him a call and said, who do you think it would make sense to really lend a hand to? And Children's Specialized was one of the first groups out of his mouth.
He talked to me about his friend Alex Lopes, his son LJ's situation, and the traumatic incident that he was involved in, and it was just a no-brainer to be able to support that cause.
When my son LJ was just about 8 months old, he and 2 other family members were walking home only to be struck by a vehicle that hopped the curb after losing control. All 3 were transported to the emergency room, and it was at the pediatric ICU where LJ received life-saving treatment and started his journey to recovery.
Still remember vividly every aspect of that night, just thinking through all the different possibilities of what could come next, and all felt so surreal. And that was a really scary couple weeks for all of us. LJ suffered really extensive and severe head injuries, skull fractures, broke his orbital bone, as well as some brain injuries too. So he was really in tough shape.
Before the accident, LJ was crawling, he was climbing, he was nearing his first steps, and unfortunately due to the accident, he lost all these abilities and so many more. After nearly a month in ICU, he was deemed healthy enough to begin full-time inpatient rehab at the Children's Specialized Hospital in New Jersey. He spent over 2 months there receiving occupational, physical, and speech therapy to getting him back on track. With the help of the people over at Children's Specialized and the therapist plan of action, we got our fun-loving and active son back.
Over the course of this tournament, Joey will be donating $25 for every point he scores, and I'll be donating $25 for every turnover I cause on defense. Our goal is to play as well as we possibly can and bump that number up, and hopefully Children's Specialized gets a ton of money out of it.
Being able to wear number 11 means a lot, but now to have this kind of bigger significance to support LJ, to support the Children's Specialized Hospital, was going to give me even more motivation to just go out there and play my hardest and try and do my best.